How's everybody doing tonight? Wow, another long break. Anybody ready for some Islander hockey? I know I sure am ready for some Islander hockey. Welcome to Canadian Islander fan, and it's been a very weird schedule to start this season. Not only am I going to give the break to the Islanders over how their start has been, but the schedule hasn't helped them at all. Like with the road games and that, like we all knew about the road games, but these breaks, it's been hard for this team to get any kind of groove. However, with that being said, it is definitely time for the Islanders to start making a move. We're falling down and by a good margin right now, and our task is no easier in these next couple of days. We got Tampa, rematch of the last 2 years of the Eastern Conference Finals. So it'd be nice to be able to win this one. We definitely have to win one out of two. And we're also playing Florida tomorrow on a back-to-back. So definitely need to take one out of two. Two out of two would be preferable, but we definitely need to come away with 2 out of 4 points in this next 2 days somehow, some way. And then we're going to have one more little mini break for 3 days, and then back, and finally we get to open Belmont Park, which is it's going to be so good to finally be there and have a home arena to play out of. First of all, I just want to say I've had 3 heroes in my life. My first hero was Frank Mahalich, and as a childhood kid, I lived, eat, and breathed Frank, and then I became my next hero became Mike Bossy. However, there's one hero that I've had that has topped them all, and I just want to wish a very happy birthday going out to my dad, who is 89 years young today. So happy birthday, Dad! Hope you have a great day. Hope the Islanders get you a win, even though you're not an Islander fan. but it'd be nice for them to give you this present anyway. So yeah, so we really need to come out of the gates quick in this one. uh so far, we're going to have a bit of a different lineup. We've got Parise moving up to the first line. We got Wallstrom moving down to the fourth line. We got Bellows being inserted. So we got a bit of a different lineup to take a look at here. And boy, I'll tell you, if Bellows ever had a, what he's got to step up if he wants to get a regular spot in this lineup. He needs to take advantage of these 1-2 breaks. Now, I know a lot of times that can only be 8 to 10 minutes in a game, but that's how you bust into the NHL. You got to make something happen in the short time that you're there. So anyway, it's a big game. I'm excited about it. I got a little bit of trepidation going into these next 2 games, knowing what could happen, but I'm going to think on the positive side that things are going to happen. I think the Islanders know that they need to start bringing it up to another level. The what do you call it? The grace period of the long season previous is over. It's time to get motivated for this season now. So anyway, hopefully we get off to a nice quick start. It's going to be a lot of fun between the first and second period. See you then. After one period of play, the Tampa Bay Lightning lead the Islanders 2-1. And the only really disappointing thing about that entire period is the result. But once again, we're starting to get to that point where, results is what matters. And once again, the Islanders are down, and it's unfortunate because I thought they had the better part of the play in the first period. I thought they had an excellent first period, and it was just a couple things that did them in there. And overall, I thought we were the better team, and I thought it was pretty obvious that the Islanders were playing with a bit of a desperation level, where Tampa Bay Lightning were just playing like it was a regular season kind of game, but they took advantage of both the opportunities they had. So anyway, after being shut out, we started off really good, and there's nothing worse than being shut out and then going a long time into the next game without scoring. But we took care of that no problem 3 minutes into the game, where Zach Parise sent Matt Barzal in on a breakaway and on Vasilevsky, and Vasilevsky's tough on breakaways. And I was normally I always really hope for a goal on a breakaway in that, but normally this time I was kind of a realist and go Vasilevsky's tough. But when I saw Matt roof that, I was like, yeah, I was pretty pumped and excited about that. And the worst thing that could probably happen to us, what was it? 23 seconds later, Tampa Bay scores and ties it up. And Varlamov with not much of a chance. I mean, it went up where Babushka keeps the borscht, and he was just all alone right in front of Varley there. So hard to blame Varley for that play, that's for sure. So what can you do? But the mistake was made by Sebastian Aho, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, this poor kid, 3 minutes into a game where he rarely ever gets to play for the Islanders. And that was a change that I didn't see coming before the game. Sebastian Aho in for Noah Dobson. And I can understand that. Noah Dobson needs to pick it up. The kid's talented, but he needs to, it's almost like he doesn't believe in himself. He needs to believe in himself more and just be more confident out in the ice and that. And I still think he's holding back. So I think it was a good move to put in Aho. It was an unfortunate play for Aho because it went off the knee pads of the clearing attempt that went off the knee pads of Tampa Bay Lightning that deflected right out into the middle of the ice. And Tampa ended up scoring off that goal. But the one thing I did notice there was a gap between the Lightning and the boards. And the choice should have been to angle it off the boards up there instead of trying to put it through the Tampa Bay Lightning. So he tried to feed that right through two legs that were completely together. And yeah, so I was thinking to myself, wow, poor Aho. Okay, buddy, you got 57 minutes to make it up. And other than that, I thought he looked pretty good. And then, of course, late we get the penalty kill, and I thought the penalty kill was fantastic. I thought the guys looked really good, and but shortly after, what was it, about 5, 6, 7 seconds after the power play it ended, they got a shot on net. Bailey caught the puck, and for some reason he dropped it to his left side, which is more to the middle of the net, instead of flipping it to the right side. But okay, well, things happen. I'm still happy with the period. I thought the boys played really well. I thought Anthony Beauvillier had a fantastic period. He actually looked dominant out there. He was winning every board battle. Anthony Beauvillier, and I'm like, oh yeah, go Tony, go. And yeah, I thought Parise had a good period. Adam Bellick, I'm going to pick one out. I don't know what generation this was. It certainly wasn't mine, but Adam Pellick on that play that he caught and then threw it at the blue line and then swatted it out of the air that was sick. See, that's not my saying, but that was freaking sick. That was Adam Pellick was just he was just lights out that period. And what about Big Z? All right. Big Z trying to start a spark for us. You got to like that. So, and once again, Big Z had a good period after he only played 15 minutes of it. But yeah, I thought Pajot had a good period as well. We seem to be rotating three centermen with 12 forwards. And for the life of me, I started thinking and I was wondering in the last half of the game, is Wahlstrom in this game? And I think he is. But I don't recall seeing him like in the last 10 minutes of that period. And yeah, I thought Bellows was playing well. Some good board battles won. He made a nice play to try to get a shot off quick, missed the net, but it was a nice hard shot. Yeah, I thought he played well. Did I mention Pager? Pager, because he's getting rotated in a lot of ice time. I think he's looked like the old Pager tonight. So that's kind of nice to see. And for people who think that, a lot of the hits are useless in that, I saw one play where, we played Tampa 13 times since the last time we played them in a regular season game. And because of those games and that, I saw this one bank play, how the defensemen bank puck behind the net to each other and that. Tampa did it to that, but Sergachev saw Cal Clutterbuck coming down, and I'm sure Cal has hit him pretty good over the last 13 games or whatever, and Sergachev just totally bailed, and Cal got the puck. He didn't even hit him because he just bailed, and Cal got the puck. It just goes to show you, like over the long haul, how that grinding style that the Islanders play can wear people down. And in regular season, Sergachev wanted no part of it. So interesting. I thought we had a great period. I really did. I think if we play the rest of the game like this, we could possibly win. The thing that scares me is sometimes, many times, you're not going to score any against Vasilevsky, and a lot of times it's only going to be one if you do. So we're down a goal, and so we have to score at least 3 tonight somehow, whether it's even shootout or whatever, but we're going to have to get 3 passes, guys. So I think if we keep playing like we were, I think we can do it, but Vasilevsky can be a game changer. We need results, guys. The period was ours, but we're down 1. So anyway, I'm hoping the Isles can put it together in this period and at least get us back to even so that we can enter the third period with a good shot at it. Overall, great road period. I thought the Islanders looked really good, other than 2 mishaps, the Aho clear out and the penalty. And those 2 things just burned us this period. So anyway, let's come out flying in the second period, and let's at least tie this baby up. Well, after 2 periods, the score remains the same. The Lightning Bolts have 2 and the Islanders got 1. And I don't even know where to start with this period. I think I've forgotten most of everything that happened. Man, that was one long period. I guess if, excuse me, I guess if there's one thing that I would talk about normally at the end, because most of it happened at the end of the period, but I'll talk about it right now. I love the way nobody pushes the New York Islanders around, and Chara has been playing good defense, and man, was it nice to have him out there as the policeman. And you could see Martin Clutterbuck waking up on the bench too. So I'm expecting big things out of the Isles in the third period. Yeah, man, that was quite a little scrum. And guess who created it all? I think the best New York Islander on the ice tonight, and that's Mr. Bellows. He that hit on Corey Perry, that was a thing of beauty. The desperation that Bellows is playing with is what every New York Islander needs to be playing with right now. And I am seeing it out of some people on just the small average plays. Like I'm seeing Pajot and Parise going with the desperation. There's a lot of other guys starting to play with the desperation, but we need the whole team playing as the desperation game. But I'm not disappointed with the Islanders' performance in this game at all so far. I like the way they stood up. The one thing that I am disappointed in is the power play. Wow, when have I ever said that before? You know what? If Aho is not going to shoot on the power play, see you later, buddy. Take a hike, go to another organization, because he serves no purpose. Because I can think of another guy right now who does what he does, only better, and I know will shoot on the power play, and that's Robin Salo. So as far as I'm concerned right now, Aho is we don't need him. We have a better version of Aho than Aho himself. So if he's not going to shoot on the power play, I don't want to see him on the power play. That's I mean, we have enough of those already. So if there's one positive sign that I've seen from the power play, I've been pointing this out for a couple of years now, is I've noticed that all the good power plays in the NHL, they always seem to get a one shot off in the first 10 seconds. It doesn't matter if it's a great shot, it doesn't have to be perfect in that, but they somehow get a shot off in the first 10 seconds. And the Islanders have done that twice, if not 3 times tonight, because they got 2 shots within the first 10 seconds of one of the penalties there. So, but after that, then it just pretty much all goes to hell after that, because we just overpass and do things and that. And, you know, you hate to go to breaks and luck in that, but it's just the way it is in hockey. It rolls with you for 6, 7 games. It goes against you for 6, 7 games. I know Capiano took a lot of heat for saying we're just not getting the bounces, but there are cases where that happens. Like what a great play on the power play. We wouldn't be talking about how bad our power play is now because we'd have a goal, the shot from Wallstrom where Brock tipped it and it went right off the posts. And we need some kind of break. I watched the Tampa Florida game, and Vasilevsky let up a soft lob goal from the point that went right through him, and that was enough to that goal was enough to get Florida a 2-2 tie and a point, which they lost in overtime and that, but it got them a point. We need something like that to happen for us. And it's just not happening right now. But I'm hopeful for the second period or third period that we can somehow come back and at least battle a point here, because if we could get a point here, we could still leave with 3 points. And if we get a point, we can get two tonight. So let's just, all we got to think is battle for that one goal. And we need a break for it to happen. Probably more than likely, it'll probably be a bad goal, or who knows. But we need something to happen here. There's a lot of guys playing well tonight, but wow, talk about a sporadic period. That was about as sporadic as you can get for stops and starts in a period. I think that period had to be over an hour at least in real time, and normally they're 40 minutes. So which was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Big Z. He was just going from one to the other, like nah. And then he can see old Matty Martin on the bench just itching to get out there. So I'm expecting a feisty third period from the Islanders coming at them. I see them throwing the kitchen sink at Tampa this period. So we need Varley not to give up another goal, and we need to play desperate third period, and hopefully we can scrape a point, maybe 2 points out of this game. Would be great. Overall, after 2 periods, I'm happy with the Islanders play. Two bad breaks. Well, one wasn't a bad break because it was to me it was still a power play goal. But if Bailey had to toss it to the other side, we probably would have gotten out of that situation. But Aho's was preventable. But yeah, he hasn't played what's this, about his fourth game in 3 years or something. It seems like it was forever. Okay, so we need a big third period out of the Islanders. Like, this is huge. Let's get this going, guys. Get us a point. Get us a point. See you at the end of the game. I'm not happy right now, and it's worked the other way. Let's hope I'm happy at the end of the game this time. Okay, we'll see you after the game. Well, the Islanders dropped their third straight contest in a row, and they lose to Tampa Bay 4-1 tonight. Definitely a disappointing loss. Yeah, we've created ourselves a little bit of a hole here, and we're gonna really have to put it together real soon, real soon. Um, I thought we just shot ourselves in the foot tonight. Kind of self-inflicted. I've already talked about the giveaway that Aho had on the first goal of the game that really set the tone and kind of hurt the Islanders, because it was 23 seconds later. And they're all pumped. They're in Tampa, off to a good start. They're flying, and that brings you down. And on the third goal, I have no idea what Aho was thinking. I know Mayfield started the thing off by getting burned, but we were by this time trying to pinch defensemen and that. But what ensued? Like, Aho is lying down in front of the net there. Hey, you know what? Stay there. You're doing good. You stopped the goal. And then he gets on his knees and lifts one skate from his knees and kicks it straight into the slot. And I'm like, what are you doing? I take one of your hands off the stick and take your hand and just throw it into the corner, man. Sweep it into the corner, kicking it out to the slot. Like hell, just drop down on the puck. So ah, 2 goals, as far as I could see, were directly on Aho. I guess you could mark it back to Mayfield getting with the pinch and whatnot, but other than that, Aho had a pretty good game. But you know what? We can't afford to have him come in and be the reason 2 goals are scored. And then the rest was just, we were still in the game at the time. And Matt Martin just takes a stupid penalty. Chara had everything squared off last period in that. And I know Perry ripped Martin's helmet off, but it's 2-1, man. It's 2-1. You can't go to the penalty box in the third period on a revenge play. Like that's saved for another time. That's just that was very disappointing, Matt. Very undisciplined. I wasn't happy with that at all. Yeah. And then of course, then that just starts, Tampa gets their third goal, and then it's just a parade to the penalty box for the Islanders, a penalty killing for the rest of the period and whatnot. So, yeah, we give up power play goal to Stamkos. Big surprise there. You give them enough opportunities. They went 1 for 4 on the power play. So, yeah, not a good game for the Islanders, but you know what? They can make this game not matter so much if they win tomorrow night. But Florida will be waiting on 3 days rest. Good Lord, we know the rest hasn't done wonders for us, but yeah, now tomorrow night's game becomes all that much more important. That's a difference between us walking away with an over 500 or an under 500 13 game road trip. So a win tomorrow night could make us forget a lot of things. So let's go through the players for the game. I thought Barzal and Parise were real good on the first line. Anders, I'm still believing is just a little out of sync, and so I'm giving him some, excuse the pun, I'm giving him a little bit of leeway here. So, however, as good as the first line can play at times, it's a really disturbing trend that I find that the line that gets hemmed in the most on the Islanders is our first line. And it's not like I'm not really sure why, because I've been watching Barzal and his 200 game is pretty good. Like he makes a lot of nice defensive plays throughout a game and whatnot. So why our first line continues to get hemmed in, and now it's had 3 different people on that line and the result's the same. So the only common denominator on that is Liam Barzal, which kind of leads me to, it's probably more Lee than Barzal, and not being really Anders' fault. I really don't expect Anders to really completely get going until around the 40 game mark. Sometimes some guys it takes a full year, but let's hope that's not the case with Anders. So that's what I saw from the first line. Brock, what a game. Fight. Oh my. Oh, Brock, you got to be better fighter than that for the size you are. All you got to do is grab him by the scruff and stand back and just start wailing away. But yeah, way to go, Brock, for hanging in there. I guess he's on my fantasy team, so I'll take the penalty minutes from Brock tonight. But not the greatest game for Brock. He had a couple of moments and that. Josh Bailey, once again, just to me, completely unnoticeable. If you're looking for somebody giving 100%, it's definitely not him. Yeah, so that doesn't help the second line at all. And Bo was giving great effort out there, skating up a storm, but nothing was happening. Nothing happened from it. It's great to be out there flying and doing things and whatnot, but you got to make something happen. And he's not making things happen. It's his shots just a little bit too late and getting deflected out and whatnot. And so good effort by Bo. I can't be mad at Bo. I could definitely see Bo was one of those players that was playing with some desperation tonight and just didn't pan out for him. And Palmieri, once again, what is this? This is, I might as well just take what I'm about to say about Palmieri, cut it, splice it, and just put it into every video I do. I mean, yeah, great wheels, great board work, got off some good shots, but no results. We, we need some results from this guy. Uh, I'm not too down on him yet because I know it's there, but eventually some of these guys, it's got to start turning around. We really need some of our guys to start getting a little bit of puck luck going on their side. And right now, everybody except for Barzell and Wallstrom are pretty well snake bitten. Going to the third line, did I get everybody on the second? I got Bailey, Nelson, and Bo. Yes, I did. So going to the third line, I thought we saw the pager of old. He started slow on the face-off circle, but I think he really picked it up as the game went on. And Pajot was definitely one of those players I could see playing with desperation tonight. So that was good to see from him. But once again, it's just like making the same recording for Pajot as I can for Palmieri. So it's a results oriented driven business, guys, and we need some results, and we're just not we're just not getting them. And I thought Bellows had a whale of a game. The effort, there's no doubt in my mind that Bellows played with the most desperation out of any Islander out there tonight. He was making things happen. He was working his butt off. I was really surprised to see that he was at the 10-minute mark for the game. It just doesn't make any sense to me why, Barry always says, unless he sees something that I don't see that he wasn't doing within the system or whatnot. But the effort should be rewarded, and Barry usually lives by that. And so I was really surprised to see that. So I thought Bellows had a whale of a game. I really did. I thought for the 10 minutes that he played, he was making things happen, and he put in a ton of effort. And on the fourth line, I guess Matt Martin, not happy with taking that penalty late in the game. He has to be smarter than that. He's one of our leaders. You can't, that's basically tossing a game away at that period of the third period when you're down 2-1 and you still have the opportunity to, 9 minutes left in the period to get the equalizer. And worst case scenario, you pull the goaltender and then you have a chance. But that was just a stupid penalty. I can't give Matty a pass on that one at all. So I mean, it's great that it's tough to play the Islanders, but you need to be smart Islanders, not stupid Islanders. And that was just a stupid penalty in my opinion. I thought Clutter had a good game, a lot of effort out there, getting some shots off. So that was good. But the one guy I don't know, I guess he must be in the doghouse, has to be Wallstrom. I mean, with 8 minutes of ice time tonight. And the majority of those 8 minutes came in the last 10 minutes when Barry was trying to get a goal and he bumped him up with Nelson and Bo for a while there, and then a little bit with Barzell and that. So I would say Wally, and plus he was out for the last minute while we're down 4-1. So out of 8 minutes, he probably scooped 5 of those in the last 10 minutes. So unless Barry's got him in the doghouse for some reason that I don't know, I do know that he's inconsistent and he needs to keep giving that effort all the time. I can tell you this, the one hard thing to do is it's hard to get in any rhythm at all when you're playing 8 minutes a night. And I know as a player, it's you just can't get going. I've been in that situation and it is so difficult. You need everything to go your way, get a bounce and score a goal or something to get you out of that 8 minute a game kind of mark. But if you're stuck in that 8 minutes, it can be tough to get out of there, because if you don't get into the game and you're not sweating and you're not feeling the hits, it's really hard to get going. And don't forget, some of that 8 minutes was power play time for Wally as well. So he really did not play a whole lot tonight. So I'm guessing punishment. And if anything, Bellows showed up Wally tonight with his effort. That's for sure. So I'm thinking that's a guy you're competing with there, Ollie. So you might want to get on it and start making something happen. Once again, luck not on the side. Great shot by him on the power play deflection. Brock puts it off the post. So he still did some certain things right in a small time period. On defense for us today, I thought Zdeno was fantastic. He was our peacemaker. He played well defensively. He made some really nice breakout passes. His passing's picked up so much more. His defense, he seems in more of a groove now that he's learned the Islanders system. And I give Zdeno an A+ for tonight. Scotty Mayfield. Wow. I really think this guy is so underrated. So underrated. He is improving still, like constantly. He's just getting better and better and better. I mean, his defense is almost overshadowed because Pelech's defense is so good, but Mayfield has been fantastic on the defensive side. And man, is he ever showing some offensive flair? We always know that it was there, but it seems to be strutting it a little more than normal. Now, granted, tonight he gave up the 2-on-1 by trying to pinch, which ended up resulting in a goal for us tonight. You could either look at that as a bad thing to do, or that's something Scott wouldn't have done if we were not late in the third period. Well, not late in the third period, but getting in the last 10 minutes, he took a chance. And so it's hard to blame him for that, but he's just been playing outstanding hockey. And another thing, he's not taking stupid, unnecessary penalties. And I thought that Scott would be one of those guys that really suffered from the cross-checking penalty. He's playing a lot smarter. He's really underrated. He's been playing really, really good for us. So well done. Adam Pelech, it's same old song and dance with Pelech. He's just fantastic on the defensive side. He tried to make some things happen on the offensive side, didn't happen. I thought Pollock was solid with Z tonight. I thought they looked really good. I've already talked in length about Aho. In my opinion, he's a direct result of 2 goals. And 2 out of 4, man, one was a backbreaker 23 seconds after taking the lead. So other than that, I thought he played well, but that's still not a good game if you're the result of 2 goals. So not good. Andy Green was solid. He had a couple of small bad plays, but for a 1,000th game, congratulations going out to Andy Green. Sure would have liked to have given you a victory tonight, but we didn't do that. So I thought Andy was solid, but still not his best game either. So I think that takes care of all of the defensemen. So let's talk about Varley. I don't know. He wasn't really overworked and gave up 4 goals. Didn't have much of a chance on any of the 4 goals, but it's just one of those games. It's kind of hard to get a read on Varley tonight because he would go so long without any action and the breaks in the game and that, and can't really think of a softie that he let in, but yeah, so I'll give him a good game. So that's pretty much how I saw the boys doing it tonight. Congratulations going out to Andy Green on his 1,000th game. Congratulations going out to Pajot on his 500th game, and congratulations going out to Ryan Pollock playing his 263rd consecutive game, which is now a New York Islander record, passing Dennis Potvin for the most consecutive games played by a defenseman. So, wow, anytime you can take Denny Potvin's name off a franchise record, you've done something good there, Ryan. So, congratulations on that one. Well, you know, at least we don't have a 5-day break. We don't have to sit around and pout all week long because we lost another one, and you keep hoping that we're going to come out of it, but it seems like we're not coming out of it because we play tomorrow night against Florida. And I will not say a must win. Must win is reserved for games that you must win. This is not a must win game. We could lose this game and easily make playoffs. Yeah, we're starting to fall down, but don't forget last year it was around the 12 to 15 game mark or something. I believe Philadelphia was about 10 games in hand on, or 10 points ahead of us, had games in hand on us. And we ended up, 15, 20 points ahead of Philly by the end of the year. So, you know, it's not a must game, but it's definitely a game we need to win. So, yeah, disappointing result tonight. So anyway, third loss in a row for the Owls. I probably got more to say, but I'm just going to cut it short here. So anyway, you guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow night. Take care and peace out.